This one would be the dry cough associated with ACE inhibitors.
Okay.
So ACE inhibitors are another class of hypertensive medication. And again, this is a very common, pharmacy board question sort of side effect, but something that, I've heard on rotation occasionally will pop up amongst, colleagues and such, still counseling patients out in the real world. So the dry cough that's associated with these medications, the medications being something like lisinopril or captopril, any of the prils that end in that suffix are most commonly associated with this. Ultimately, what's most important is to understand what you can really do about this. There's another class of medications that work very similar to the ACE inhibitors. So if that's not something you have already tried, these are the angiotensin receptor blockers, which are like a, sibling drug to the ACE inhibitors. They work very similarly. There's less of a risk with this dry cough for the dry cough in that class. So oftentimes somebody switching from a lisinopril to a losartan, that class is commonly known by their suffix of the sartans or the sartans, losartan, valsartan.
Okay.
So in that case, switching to one of those agents, because one of these two are often used as first-line medication treatment for hypertension, oftentimes you'll see people switch back and forth or have to jump between classes. And you might be wondering, what's the deal with a dry cough? Can't I just kind of
deal with it?
Can I sort of deal with it? It's something you do want to mention. There additional issues can arise. There are issues with angioedema or sort of swelling of the, circulature that can lead to a whole cascade of issues. So it can be, not in all cases, can be a little more than just this, little bit of a tickle in your throat.
Okay. So it can get out of hand and people don't realize that.
Yeah. Or it's often associated with some other issues, some other side effects associated with the class. So.
Again, bottom line, if you're dealing with a side effect, if you're dealing with an adverse drug reaction, you need to talk to your providers.
Probably not worth fighting through for any reason.
Yeah.
At least worth mentioning. Yeah.
That makes sense. I have to say, it never stops impressing me how much you guys just know off the tops of your head and are able to share with people on the regular when you are working with people over the counter. It's really impressive.
Hey, thanks, Tyler.
Absolutely.